Saturday night, after you were done at Paragon, your weekend was not over because you had to go to the tea dance, which was produced by Jody McDonald.
Jody McDonald was a person who put a bunch of drag queens on a beer truck and called it tea dance. So it was like this afternoon tea dance, which was extremely bizarre. Everybody, it was like 2 o'clock on a Sunday. They took over like 14th Street. I mean, it was just mini block parties anywhere they wanted.
So I heard about this place opening, Aqua Cafe. Started bartending there. It was supposed to be like the bookend to the Century. There was the Century down here, and Aqua wanted to be like, you know, we're on the other end, everything in between. Kenny Scharf and Teresa were involved, Susan Ainsworth, Mark Leventhal and Holly, Lou and Ronnie. They gave me a job bartending. It was at the Winter Haven Hotel. It was a new place, so I went to them and said, I think a Sunday party, like on the patio here, could be good. You know, Mark was one of the owners, Mark Leventhal. We were best friends immediately, and he was a DJ.
Jody McDonald and I did a tea party. It was his idea. He did the whole thing. I DJ'd it, and it ran for like a really long time. Sunday afternoons, 5 o'clock, 1,000 people, guaranteed every week. Outside, rain or shine, absolute mayhem.
You know, in every beach town from Provincetown to Key West has a tea dance, and there wasn't one. I was just a Pied Piper in the right place at the right time, you know. That's all it was. So I said to the owners, you know, Sunday isn't very busy. Maybe I think a party could happen out here on the patio. You know, it has a pretty big porch in front of the Winter Haven. Mark could DJ. I think we should play old disco and funk, and just Sunday afternoon, like early, you know, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, done by 8. We had, you know, the drinks then were like $2 beer and $3 pleasure punch, which we made, I remember, with blue Hawaiian punch and rum, grain alcohol. We got known for our blue punch, right? Everybody knew that blue punch. The second Sunday, I added Kevin Aviant. He was going to get on top of this car and come down Ocean Drive, and Mark was going to be looking for him, and when he got near, he was going to do pull up to my bumper and get off the car, and it just all came together, and it blew up. That's when it went to the side of the Winter Haven, to the street on 14th Street between Ocean and Collins.
And it grew so huge that it ended up across the street from the Marlin.
From 14th Street, it went to the behind the Palace in front of the Marlin Hotel. So there was the parking lot, and there was the Marlin and the Palace, and that building north abandoned. That's when Tea Dance blew up. In that parking lot, we would sell like 70 kegs of beer. Not to mean the punch as well. The punch, you know, that we sold, the dunk tank. We could just go for it and have a great time without feeling weird or judged. Yeah, there were no rules, and everybody was in on it. There was not like a bunch of people standing on the sidelines like watching, you know. Everybody was in on it, and it was just incredible. I think it's one of those things like New York in the East Village, like you're a part of. It felt like that. The sound system arrived in a U-Haul truck, a big, you know, cube U-Haul truck. When it's packed like it was, the stage that we had planned is no longer going to work. So the U-Haul truck was there, and we were like, and we had a ladder. So they got on the U-Haul truck, and it just became a thing, you know. After that, it was the stage. The U-Haul truck was the performance stage. So that kind of thing is funny when it happens, when you don't plan it, you know, and it happens kind of organically like that.
These were the best tea dance ever, period, no more, ever. Don't even try another tea dance, it won't exist ever. Taffy, Mother Kibo, Marvela, Cecilia, Kevin Aviance, you name it. Oh my God, Miss Clitty, everybody.
I got nervous because, I have no insurance, $50 permit, and I have like 20 drag queens on top of a U-Haul, that got up there by a ladder with heels on and sequin dresses at 4 in the afternoon.
I would say 20 drag queens would show up. Kevin Aviance would do a performance and just kill it to any song that he did and rip his wig off at the end of the thing. The guy's standing on top of a U-Haul.
Robert did Chanel No Way, did Barbara Streisand on their T-Dance truck a few times.
Chanel No Way used to do Streisand. And he went up and he did got on top of the truck. Like I don't even think we were paid or asked to perform, but we would get on top of the truck ourselves. We'd give Mark Leventhal the music, and we'd sneak on top of the truck. I think that's what happened. I think I snuck, but he went up and he did Streisand, and the crowd loved it. They went wild, and and Kevin Aviance at the time was really the star of the T-Dance. And he was so pissed off that Chanel got that applause and got up on stage and stole the moment, that he was chasing us down the street screaming, "I'm the star of the T-Dance! I'm the star of the T-Dance, Chanel No Way!" And we're in heels running down the street. This 17-foot tall, big black, bald, big black, Kevin Aviance, like Michael Jordan running after you in heels. And I mean, that guy, he was scary. He was scary. It was so funny. To this day, 20 years later, Chanel and I will always be like, "I'm the star of the T-Dance! I'm the star of the T-Dance!"
You know what I'm saying? To be 20 drag queens there, 2,000 people in the street, in the parking lot, dancing on a U-Haul truck, drinking punch, 500 straight people, 1,000 gay people, 25 different drag queens, performances. It just melded so well together, and everything went so well, and it just really, really made this like special place.
So let me start chronologically. For me, in the beginning, Kevin Aviance. That's who I used first at my T-Dance. And then later I got to know Adora, and then Paloma, who else? Kitty Meow, Taffy, Marvella, Varla, Bridget Buttercup, Mother Kibble, Mother, not to be confused with Mother Kibble, Gidget, Amy and Divine, Cecilia, who is no longer with us.
You've got to show me love.
party was getting huge, and I was still not making any more money. So I was still making the same amount of money that I was making when it was on the porch. So I was like, no. We went and started Tea Dance at West End.
Anyways, we moved to Michigan and Lincoln Road, where West End was, and I remember the first night you were there. Yeah, I have a picture with you. That I did the show in the ladder because we didn't have the U-Haul truck yet that first night. So the only stage was that ladder, the orange Home Depot ladder, and I did Fever by La Lupe.
So we did that for a little while out at Lincoln Road, but then soon after that, the city just stopped. They wanted to stop this whole permitting, or they wanted to really make it difficult and expensive and thorough to block off a street to throw a party, because it was happening too much. At the same time, coincidentally, this new place called Amnesia was opening up. And I had heard they were going to be indoor and outdoor, and it might be the perfect space for me to move the Sunday Tea Dance to. The whole thing about Tea Dance, the thing that made it so fun, I think part of it was that it was at 4 p.m. on a Sunday. So people, they just go out to have fun. There's no pretense. There's no I'm not going out to get laid. I'm not going out to find a boyfriend. None of that stuff. First, I'm going out to have fun first, or that just seems to be the whole thing about Tea Dance. What made it special is the time of day that it was allowed people just to party with each other, forgetting sexualities and all these other things, because you weren't there to get laid, which what happens later, with parties, why you miss out on the fun. And so I moved Tea Dance to Amnesia, and that's when it became more gay. Before it was mixed. It was very mixed. It was still mixed when it went to Amnesia, but it started to be known as kind of a gay party. That's when creatively, it was really fun for me.